Is this a Star Trek convention? No, it's not. It's a Transformers convention? No, it's not. What's going on? Hey, you know what? I'm just going to say this right off the top. Have you seen the Transformers reactivate video game inspired Optimus Prime?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, so next time you hit TFW 2005, Myron, check that out. And in a lot of ways, I think that design looks a lot like the Make Toys, like what did they call it? That one Prime that we both have. I honestly do, and I think that Hasbro just stole that design. Someone stole that design, man. It doesn't look specifically like it, but it looks a lot like it, in my opinion.
Are you talking about the Striker Manus figure?
No, yes, Striker Manus. Yeah, exactly, the Striker Manus figure.
Oh, okay.
In some ways, I think that design, the design they have there, kind of mimics it in some ways, and I'm like, all right. And that Soundwave figure sucks. The Prime's okay, but I would not buy it. Just to go on an earlier conversation you're talking about, there's nothing really to pick up in the Transformers world. So I'm just saying, like their offerings in this particular new wave is kind of like a big nothing for me. So there's just not a lot for me there. So it's not that I'm taking a break. I'm probably going to start switching when it comes to doing the reviews. I'm going to start switching to some of the new age stuff and a couple other things, but I still have a few tricks up my sleeve. So it'll be fun. And I'm trying to keep it more G1 centered. So that's kind of my thing. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to Hasbro or anything. I mean, what they've given us so far with like the legacy, the Studio 86 and Earthrise and all that, like sticking to those G1 characters. I mean, that is for a targeted audience, which is us.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And that's what I wanted. And now they're kind of getting to a point where like, they kind of done everybody that came from that generation and that we care about, to where like, yeah, it's slim offerings right now. Like I still haven't picked up Studio Series Ultra Magnus. I think that's kind of like the last one I want to get for like this year. But other than that, like the only one on my radar is Swoop to complete basically to complete my Dinobot set. But yeah, like what else can they do except for possibly like maybe redoing the combiners? Because I mean they redid Menasor already. We still haven't gotten redos of Superion or Computron or even Defensor. I mean that's something, but I mean, yeah, I mean they've had a good run, but now they're doing something that I guess appeals to the overall Transformer fandom outside of like the old geezer G1 line. So I mean, yeah, for us we're kind of slowing down, but for others, I'm hoping they're enjoying these releases.
Yeah, I mean, following their evergreen philosophy, I'm sure that they will be coming out with other things. I'd like to see some more combiners because I did like and do like the Stunicons. Very good job, like the best job I have seen them do. But yeah, I'd like to see them do more in that direction, and I think it would sell well, quite frankly. So they can keep it up. They're I guess they're re-releasing the Titans Return like Fortress Maximus, which is, to me, I'm like, you could do better. I don't hate that figure, I own it, but I think they could do better. But hey.
Yeah, and it sucks because like I wanted that figure originally, and now they're re-releasing it to where I'm getting a second chance, but I don't have the room. So that one I might have to let go.
They need to, there's some other things, and I'll probably make it the subject of some of my videos here in the future. I've been working on diversifying that kind of stuff. So, just to kind of see outside of like straight up figure reviews, because not that I'm getting bored of figure reviews and not that I'm just strictly running out of figure review material, because I can always do something. It's just that everybody does figure review videos. So I'm trying to diversify like how I approach it a little bit. So we'll see. And I know I promised this last year. Literally, I think last year I said, you know, I'm going to do a retrospective. I'm not going to call it a retrospective because that sounds too businessy. Um, I'm gonna do a comparison of the original figure catalog with the most current offerings. But no, I haven't ever really pulled that together, you know, for various reasons. Anyway, you know what? I wanted to talk with you, Myron, because I think, and I was talking with Jason about this. I saw a review of a movie called Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Okay, so see, I know you talked about it before, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize that this was some kind of weird ass college project. Like literally, that's what it was, right? And it's like it is crass, it's crude. I don't even know, but understanding like this movie, since Thanksgiving is coming this week, um, it's kind of weird.
And there's the movie Thanksgiving in theaters right now.
Not Thanksgiving, just Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Eli Roth's movie based on the trailer he did for like Grindhouse.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm not going to go to the theater to see. I kind of want to see it just for comedy purposes because I'm like, yeah, it's got to be better than Thanksgiving. But but you know, it's just like, oh, dude, like the whole holiday horror genre is a little weird to me, but it can be funny and entertaining. But I don't want to pay more than $5 for that ride.
You mean Santa's sleigh or something like that?
Yeah, like Santa's Sleigh starring Bill Goldberg. Yeah, that movie, like have some beers, get some friends together. You're gonna have a good laugh because it has an all-star cast that like doesn't last like before the title screen. So it just surprises me the names that they got for that movie.
Wait, wasn't James Caan in that?
Yes, yeah, James Caan, Fran Drescher, Chris Kattan. That's all who I can remember off the top of my head. Yeah, you know, it's hilarious though.
It's like if sure they all show up for one day of work if the price is right.
Yep, and then last year, oh damn it, I forgot the name of the movie. It was a movie with David Harbour where he played Santa Claus.
Oh, Violent Night.
Thank you, Violent Night. Like I think I saw that on. I think it came out on Peacock, and that was actually a good, entertaining movie because I think I remember that did come out in theaters, and I was like, dude, WTF with this movie? But if you want to break from like the Hallmark Christmas movies and stuff like that, and you want to add something to your diehard Christmas watching, that's a good movie. I really enjoyed it. You know, he really was Santa Claus. It wasn't like it wasn't like a cheesy action movie, but it was. But yeah, just give it a shot.
Well, okay, so that's a good recommendation. I mean, does anybody else have any? See, it says holiday recommendations and other stuff in our title, but it can be anything. So, like, I don't know. Have you ever seen an anime that has Thanksgiving in it? No, I don't think I've ever seen one of those.
My God, you're right.
They do Christmas, but they don't do Thanksgiving ever because that's just an American thing, I guess. So, I don't think I've ever seen one.
That's a market to tap into because hey, if you did an anime version of Thanksgiving, like I think that would be a little bit more engaging than a hand puppet turkey.
I know, right? That's that. And by the way, in Thanksgiving, that's what it is. It's a hand puppet turkey. That thing is so ridiculous. Yes, and so bad it's almost good, right? So
yeah. Like I think that came out like post college, like when I was living in Redlands, and like yeah, we were just so faded, so drunk, and it was just like, dude, let's watch it. There was Thanksgiving and the Ginger Dead Man starring starring oh damn it, what's his name? He was in Predator. Gary Busey. Gary Busey was the ginger dead man, and so like these are like low budget, looks like college project type movies, but they're just so hilarious. Like when you're like you got nothing to do, you're with your friends and want to have something playing in the background that you could talk shit about. Like just check them out. But yeah, Ginger Dead Man had a bootleg like gingerbread puppet, and it was almost like Child's Play, where the soul of Gary Busey's like serial killer went in this gingerbread man, like his blood spilled in the batter, and he became a gingerbread man. And Thanksgiving, you have like a murderous puppet turkey that looked like the puppets you get in your Burger King Happy Meal of The Land Before Time back in the late 80s. And so, yeah, these are comedy movies that periodically around this time where I'm like super bored and I already went through National Lampoons, I already went through Home Alone. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to put these on in the background and, just kind of have some chuckles while I'm playing a portable game system. So good stuff.
That's craziness, man. So I looked up the ginger dead man. Yeah. So the Wikipedia page is very informative. It might be all I want to watch of it. That's funny. A witch mixes ashes with a gingerbread spice mix from this guy who has died in an electric chair. Yeah, this is just. I almost want to see it now. Almost.
You should see it.
I think the point is like you shouldn't watch it alone, John. It's like you need some sort of some sort of willing victim to watch it with you in order to make fun of it.
Yeah, or
you'll never eat a cookie the same again.
Yeah, I'm like gingerbread. Blah.
Nah, it's like I'm pretty sure I'll eat a gingerbread cookie just fine after watching this.
Comedy slasher film. Yeah, can't go wrong with that. Okay, well, what else do you guys what else do you watch? What is there something you watch for the holidays like that you did? I mean, we can go even into Christmas because fuck it, because if you go into stores, it's already Christmas.
Yeah.
It's the truth. They're playing Christmas carols and there's Santa things and decorations everywhere. So what do you got on tap, guys?
Nothing? I mean, honestly, before we get too deep into like the holiday movies and stuff,
sure.
like this is the time of the year that I like to take time off from work. Like I always take off like the day after Thanksgiving, and then of course during Christmas, like the week between Christmas and New Year's and whatnot. So that's also a good time for me to catch up on stuff that I want to watch. During this season, I'll watch my traditional Christmas movies, which we'll discuss. But right now, I'm not sure if you watched it, John. Kind of touching base with Jason asking me earlier this year. I've been catching up with Attack on Titan, and I'm on the last movie episode. Like no spoilers, but I watched I watched the cliffhanger episode where they approach Aaron and the rumbling, and now I'm like after this podcast I'm gonna watch the finale, and by golly, what a turn of events! Like,
yeah.
It's very Gundam like in the sense of like I don't know if I should hate him or if I agree with him. It's kind of both, but yeah, really, really great so far.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't disappointed by the final episode. I mean, there is some goddamn spectacle. It's like the first hour is just basically like nonstop action, and Mappa absolutely nails this. It's like it's crazy, and the story just keeps going and going and going up until like everything's settled. And then like the last 20 minutes or so is basically like the come down, the action, and the answers you get. So it's like I think it's interesting. And the post credit, the credits, the epilogue they spin during the credits, that was a thing too, because wow, it went places I wasn't expecting. So, but also I'll just leave you with this, Myron. I was really surprised how many people died over the course of this special.
Damn. Yeah, because I mean, I'm not going to spoil for any of our viewers, but there was a death in the previous special that I kind of thought would happen, but I was kind of saddened and shocked. But this is one of those series that are, that seems bittersweet in the sense of like, yeah, don't get attached to anybody, like Walking Dead or even like Battlestar Galactica. Like, don't get attached to too many people because they might not be around by the time the series ends. And so
don't be so emotionally invested in them.
I like shows like that. So yeah,
Me too.
it took what 10 years to finish 4 seasons, but hey, really great ride. And yeah, I like next payday I'm gonna start trying to finish my Blu-ray collection of this, because I do have seasons 1. I have season 1 in part 1 and part 2 on Blu-ray, and I'm gonna pick up, and I have season 2, so I'm gonna pick up 3 and the rest of them, because this is a must-have series in my collection. I remember when this series first came out, I was super all about it. Like, I bought video games, I bought figures. Like, I'm even like eyeballing some more Figma figures from this series. Like I'm glad I waited to kind of like power through everything, because like it is a really great series. It just pissed me off on how long it took to get through. And so being able to watch it all the way through, I thought was really well done, in the sense of like, it gives you this point of view of our heroes and how humanity lives. But then when the truth comes out, like, you're torn between like, do you follow their point of view and empathize with it, or is it a little too harsh? Is a little too rash? Like, so it's a deep series. So
I followed our heroes because they were the people I spent the previous 50 odd episodes empathizing with up to that point.
True.
So, but that being said, I really liked how they played with your sympathies, and how they were basically they did a job of showing you how everyone's the hero in their own story, and that shift in perspective, like 50 odd episodes in for a little bit, I liked it because they were kind of like, it's like they were trying to tell like a kind of predictable story, but from the opposite side. It's kind of like, oh, wait a second, you expect me to feel bad about what's going to happen to all these new people because it's like because you're like painstakingly explaining why they're actual people and not the monsters that we've been like led to expect up to this point. It's like, okay, I get that, but at the same time, it's like I'm in the tank for Paradise Island, So
yeah, I agree.
So yeah, it was interesting to experience that feeling, just get and think that, oh well, this is how the story is going to go because this is how things usually go, but we're just seeing it from the other side of the mirror, and that was cool. And also, it's like I did not have the best introduction to this series, but I really did enjoy it when I finally decided to sit down and make watching through it my summer project last year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's like, even though it's like it like up to the point where I mean, between like the end of the regular season and the start of the final season, like up to the end of the regular season, it's like you get the kind of feeling that they're slowly that they're stringing you along for a bit. Like they,
yeah,
like yeah, it's like that's a little annoying. But then when you finally get get to the end, and it's like you find out what's really going on, it's like, oh my god, that is amazing. Yeah, it's worth the investment. And then for the final season, it's basically just goes from strength to strength to strength throughout, including these final two specials.
Yeah, so a good payoff then.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I haven't even finished the last special, which is the finale of the whole series. But I'm feeling the payoff already, to where like, damn, like Aaron, bro, like WTF, but I get it. That's all I really want to say without spoiling it. Just definitely, watch this series if you haven't, and play some games and get into the franchise. It's really deep. It was one of the most like surprising new animes / mangas for me outside of like Shonen Jump in a long time. And this is dating back to like 2013. So yeah, that's kind of like what I like to do during my holidays, like catch up on games, catch up on anime. But To John's point, earlier, like I've already busted out my favorites that I watch every year, and the top two is basically National Lampoon's. I should say the top four, honestly. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I watch that like every year, like nonstop. That's my favorite Christmas movie. And then the two Home Alones, and then Scrooged with Bill Murray. Those are like my top four I do all year.
But wait, Myron, aren't there like 4 or 5 Home Alones actually?
No, they don't count. If it doesn't have Macaulay Culkin in it, it doesn't count.
Fair enough, sir.
I'm like, nah, y'all should have stopped, because I remember I remember watching the third one and being super disappointed. It had this annoying kid that I used to see in like commercials all the time, like Oreo commercials and stuff. And I'm like, dude, I can't stand this freaking kid. And like when he came out of the movie, it's like I'm not sitting the full ride for this shit. It's like it's kind of a rehash of the first one, but not great, not good at all. So I don't count those, but I do have my favorites. And growing up, and I know you guys probably did too, and I haven't watched these in years, the Rankin Bask claymation Christmas specials. Like I need to get those on Blu-ray, because I feel like they're going to disappear at some point. So I know there's a collection out there that has like, Rudolph, Jack Frost, Frosty the Snowman, and maybe like
there's kind of like DVD or Blu-ray set that has like everything. Isn't there?
Yeah. I need to get that one, because it's like those I feel like aren't appreciated by the current generation. And there's going to come a point where like, yeah, these Christmas classics aren't drawing money anymore. Like, we're going to stop doing it. So I think this year I'm going to try to find that set and pick it up.
Well, I'm going to mention something that's a little probably unconventional. And that is, okay. How many of you watched Batman Returns as a Christmas movie?
I did. Shit, I did. Yeah.
I think
it's a Christmas movie.
It really is. And I mean, it's the settings, right? It's just everything.
It is, but it came out. Remember, it came out in the summer of '92, and it's like a Batman movie that wasn't explicitly being Christmas labeled. So I still think of that as like can be like holiday agnostic to me. That's just me.
Yeah. So you're wrong. I'm just kidding. No, I think it just doesn't. It depends. You're correct, right? It just depends on when you saw it as well. It's like if you associate it with it, and if you can do that, so it's like Star Trek Generations. It was released during Christmas and has a scene where Picard is like all like, oh, hey, what if I had kids and it's just this weird like dream sequence essentially, with a Christmas tree with magical ornaments and things. I mean, it's so blatantly Christmas. It's almost disgusting. but I generally associate that movie with being like kind of Christmassy, but that's not really fair either. I just think it feels gimmicky when they did that, to be honest with you, because a lot of Star Trek movies were already released traditionally. Those older ones, I think several of them were released as Christmas season movies. So
this is true.
So yeah, there's that. But yeah, there's at least that one. So I'll throw that on the pile. Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah. So, is it telling that Star Trek V was released during the summer?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's an absolute shit show. So it should be in the summer. But Star Trek 4 wasn't. I think Star Trek 4, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Star Trek 4 was a Christmas film, or it was in that neighborhood.
You're basically right about like Star Trek being like traditionally releasing their films around Christmas time.
Yep. Yeah, I think the J.J. Abrams films may have broken that trend. Actually,
they did.
So,
So to your logic, because those Star Trek movies came out during the holiday season, do you normally watch them during the holiday season?
No. Because there's nothing endearing and like reminds me of Christmas. Like the thing I just mentioned with the Star Trek Generations, like that's the most Christmassy thing I've ever seen in anything Star Trek ever. It is, you know, Picard in his dream life is sitting around a Christmas tree. And then he has a nice talk with, you know, Alt Guinan. You know, it's kind of cool.
I remember that.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I don't, and I don't go, I feel Christmassy. I'm gonna watch Generations. No, I like as a Star Trek fan, you don't do those things, you know, because you don't give a crap. You just let it go. So there are TV shows. Obviously, you mentioned some of the Rankin Bass. I'm
Yes.
confused the consonants. You know, obviously those are it. Geez, there was a and I don't even remember, but so there are anime that definitely fall into the category of Christmas for sure. I know we kind of joked about no Thanksgiving ones, but certainly there's anime that does it. You know, in its own way. But usually they're episodes, if they're TV, they're episodes kind of inserted in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So although there are a few anime that were produced specifically like that. One that comes to mind is like Itsudatte Masanta, which was it's an OVA, but
Character design is like Ken Akamatsu, right?
correct. You got it. Yeah. You know what? I will throw another one out on the pile. And I just talked to you about this one, Jason. Tokyo Godfathers.
Yes. That's kind of like the go-to one for us right here.
Yeah. So that one's coming out to a theater near you. And you know, with the, you know, I guess it's coming out in the next month here. Well, in the next couple of weeks, I think, beginning of December or something like that. It's going to have a limited showing nationwide. Dubbed and subbed, I believe, from, you know, Anime Expo's new branding on these films. So yeah. Anime Expo's starting to become a household name. Great.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, on one hand, it's like, you know, they're doing like this for like 5 different movies. Let's see it: Cowboy Bebop, Ghost in the Shell, then Perfect Blue, Tokyo Godfathers, and what was the last one? It's like, was it Paprika?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The last one.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's all great choices, but at the same time, I've already seen all of these movies, and funnily enough, I think I've seen all of them in theaters at one point or another as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Tokyo Godfathers definitely does kind of the Christmas feels, though.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're looking for it, go have a watch. Plus, you'll just enjoy the film. It's charming.
Absolutely. It skates right around the edge of implausibility without ever completely falling in.
Yep.
I'll be honest, like I have not seen that movie yet, so I might have to add that to my watch schedule for this holiday season.
Yeah, I think it should be on
You
Max.
do that, sir.
Yeah, it should be on Max. And then you give us your review.
Yeah. Because I
Yeah.
heard it was like depressing, so that's why I was like, I'm not in the mindset for this just yet. But yeah, I'm kind of in my little anime catch up mode right now. Like, hey, what have I missed out on? Like, what's hot on the streets these days?
Yeah, it's got its sad moments, but it is absolutely not a downer.
Okay.
100%. Yep. I'd say that.
Just speaking of which, like I haven't kept up with it, but Miyazaki's new film, like when is that supposed to come out?
A couple of weeks, I think. I think G Kids is doing it, and
Okay.
I actually seen trailers in front of it for like the last couple of movies I've seen. So it's like they seem to be giving like a really decent push for it, because, you know, hey, I mean, like he's already said he's working on his next film, so like this is going to be his last film. But, you know, hey, still brand new Miyazaki movie, and you know that guy's maintained a pretty consistent level of quality over the years.
Yeah,
so,
but he said his last movie was like 3 movies ago.
Yeah, just don't retire. Just don't retire, dude. Just
I think like when he says I'm retiring, it's like, you know, I'm just going to take some time off from making anime movies. So please don't bug me about it. God damn it.
Well,
It's like, I'll make my next movie when I'm damn good and ready. It's like, yeah, it's like you
Yeah, I'm
goddamn
taking a.
otaku.
When I say I'm retiring, it means I'm planning my next one. Really, I'm just retiring from this one. So yeah,
Yeah, because if he said he wanted to take a break, the fans would kind of like what Jason said, still bug him. Like, hey, you done yet? When's his next movie? Blah, blah, blah. And like, nah, I'll just retire, and they'll like take like a year and a half break, and it's like, all right, next movie.
Do guys like Jack Frost? Do you think that's a Christmas movie?
Which
the one.
What the
Jack
one with
Frost.
where like Michael Keaton's playing the snow guy who dies
Yes,
in the
that's
snow?
right. That one.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Okay, alrighty.
Where he's a snowman.
Yeah.
But I already think you've already listed Michael Keaton's best Christmas movie.
Yes, Batman. Yes, that's right.
But yeah, Jack Frost. Like, yeah, I've seen it, but that's not like, that's not one like I watch like every year. Like if it's on, like I'll watch it. I already listed my staples, but a couple others I'll pick up is like Ernest Saves Christmas, or
Elf.
or Elf, or I'm probably in the minority. I'm not like a huge Christmas Story fan. It's like whatever to me.
Yeah.
I love 8-Bit Christmas. Kind of became a new staple for me because it just reminded me of like the hunt for Nintendo NES for Christmas. That's a good movie. So yeah, I mean, I have my staples to go to, but for the most part, like even what we were talking about earlier, like holiday horror, like Krampus is another good holiday horror movie that I kind of watch every year now too. So
there you go.
And Gremlins is another staple.
I was wondering if you're going to mention that. Yeah.
Yep. Gremlins is another staple I usually watch every year too. So anything from the 80s and Christmas, I'm usually about it.
Yeah. My kids have a slightly weird tradition. They like watching is it called Rise of the Guardians or whatever? Is that what it's called?
Oh, that's where they get all the embodiments of the holidays team up to fight evil or something.
Yeah,
it's a DreamWorks movie.
Yeah, it is a DreamWorks movie, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Hugh Jackman's the Easter Bunny, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Oh. Do you consider The Nightmare Before Christmas to be a Christmas movie or Halloween?
Yes, it's both a Halloween and Christmas movie.
He's like, it's dual purpose, bitch.
It's dual.
When you ask, like, is it a Christmas or is it a Halloween movie? The answer is yes.
That's right. It's one answer. Handles both.
Because I'll watch The Nightmare Before Christmas like in October, maybe another time in November, and then a couple of times more in December.
How about the Muppet Christmas Carol? I know we're just throwing out all these titles. Okay, so I like unconventional version. I like unconventional things. So that's not necessarily it, but I feel like we have to remind some of the young ones out there that these exist. So that's why
it's like I don't think I've ever actually seen a Muppet Christmas Carol, but that's my loss. But I know I told you guys about last year, Muppet Holiday Christmas.
Oh, okay.
That's the one where basically all of like Jim Henson's, like creations get together at Fozzie's mom's house. I mean, you got like the regular Ben Muppets, like Kermit, Fozzie, Miss Piggy's like doing a shoot somewhere, and she has to get there at some point. But then you got the guy, the human and his dog from Fraggle Rock, and Fraggles show up there. The crew from Sesame Street shows up as well. It's like, and like at one point it's like, because like you get the Swedish Chef. He needs it, like the Christmas turkey is there, but he's trying to talk the Swedish Chef out of like trying to cook him. So it's like, no, you don't want to cook me. Like I'm too scrawny for this. Like you want to cook that. And he points to Big Bird.
Yeah. Do you know if that's on Disney Plus at all?
I've never actually checked. I remember watching it off of YouTube.
Yeah, I got to check that out because like, Muppet Christmas Carol, like. It's been a while since I watched that, but that is a good rendition of like the Scrooge story. But yeah, I love the Muppets, and I remember you mentioning that before, and I don't think I think I totally spaced on looking it up. Like I got to check that out because I miss traditional Muppets, dude. Like I feel that's a franchise Disney's kind of like not really giving a shit about. Like I mean they do stuff, but not like as well as I feel it deserves.
Mm.
I miss Jim.
Well, you remember our friend Allison, right? So she's
Yep.
she's a big Muppets fan, but she does not like what Disney's done to it. So that's kind of
Yeah. It just, they tried, because I remember like back in the day, I think this was like when the purchase first happened.
Mhm.
They had a show on the Disney Channel called Muppets Tonight, and it was basically like, a new Muppet show, and it was cool, but it didn't have that same vibe or feel to me that the original Muppet show had. And then of course, like, you have these new Muppet movies, Muppet Most Wanted, blah blah blah, but give me Muppet Babies, bro. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
you own every studio now, music and movies. You should have the rights to all that shit that was in their imagination. Give me the damn ABC cartoon Muppet Baby series.
Mhm. Yep. Um. Yes, 100% agree. uh
But I think that's pretty much for me. I think that's pretty much all I can think of off the top of my head of like my Christmas go tos. But yeah, I'm excited for the holiday season in the sense of like, yeah, chilling with family and kicking back and stuff like that. But as far as like Black Friday and sales and stuff like that, and then nothing necessarily that I need to get, but I'm just ready for some time off and watch some shows, play some games, and catch up on anime and stuff.
yep.
Yeah. Hey, to back up for a second, no, A Muppet Family Christmas is not on Disney Plus
Damn it.
for whatever reasons, but because apparently there are some rights issues with some of the songs they used
See,
on there,
yeah.
which is weird because like I just remember them using like a bunch of like traditional Christmas stuff, but apparently it's like you can only the UK DVD release is uncut, or you can just watch on YouTube like I did last year.
Yeah, I'll probably look it up that way, and that's what sucks because like, I remember when the Wonder Years was kind of going through this too, where music rights kind of held it back from being like released on DVD or even streamed, and so that's kind of like, I mean, I have like some Muppet Baby episodes like on my my Plex, little Plex server, but it's like I'm missing a bunch, and I would love to have the whole series available.
Just on a side note of the whole Muppets thing, did you guys see the last Secret Galaxy thing? I think the last Secret Galaxy.
Oh yeah, it's like when he was talking about the history of dinosaurs.
No. Oh, was that the latest? Okay, the one before it then. Maybe the one before. Did you see the one where he's talking about? I'll just skip to it. I'll just jump to the point where he talks about Farscape.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's the most recent one.
Okay, that's the most recent one. I know there was a dinosaur one. I didn't remember which one was which. So I didn't it's a little bit more than just about Farscape. And I thought that was very interesting. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I had no idea that was Jim Henson's company that did all that. I had no clue.
And I remember hearing about that like back in the day. I know that Brian Henson was deeply involved with it.
Yes. And he goes a little bit into the history of what happened with the Jim Henson company.
Yeah.
That was a little telling. I was like, oh, really now? Okay. All right. Maybe it's not as bad as the family that owned In-N-Out, but okay. I like this. It's interesting. So in case you didn't know, yeah, never mind. I won't talk bad about In-N-Out. The family. I think the restaurants are fine anyway. So I don't get sued for slander. Just go watch the video. It's fun. But yeah, interesting thing. And you know what? I'm going to be very honest with you about Farscape, just as a side note. I really haven't watched that show. So I've watched a few episodes here and there. I might revisit it and watch the entire thing as much as I can, I guess. So based on that video. Anyway, returning it back.
Did you say that was covered in Toy Galaxy?
Toy Galaxy, Secret Galaxy.
Well, he's going by Secret Galaxy now.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I haven't seen his videos in a minute.
Check out the one on Farscape. Even if you've never seen any of the episodes, I had no idea. Like, I knew it had like a massive amount of puppets. They're all basically Jim Henson's companies.
They had a massive amount of puppets for good reason.
Yeah.
But that came out that came out on the Sci-Fi Channel when it was cool, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. Yep. And
remember
basically, what did he say in there? They wanted a show that was as far away from the trappings of Star Trek as possible. Or
Yes.
something to that effect.
Hence the name Farscape.
Yeah. So fascinating. But yeah, I had no idea that those were Jim Henson Company's like creations. But yeah, fascinating. But yeah, go watch the Christmas stuff, that the Muppet Christmas. Watch those things. Watch the Charlie Brown one. Dang, if you haven't seen that one, you just need to watch that one. Go for it. It's a classic. Is it hilarious? No, but I have heard from some people that you should probably, if you're going to watch that, you might as well watch the Garfield one. And I have no idea about that one either. So
You never seen the Garfield one?
no, I've never seen the Garfield one, man. Never.
Oh, what? Yeah, I remember. I remember back in the day, and that's one thing that I miss. I'm not sure if they still do it, but I remember back in the day, like ABC, NBC, like they would have those like Christmas specials. Like, yeah, tune in Saturday at 8 p.m. for the Peanuts Christmas special or the Garfield Christmas special, and that's when they would come on annually, and that's when I like watch that stuff. And then I know it's on DVD and everything, but I don't know. There was something. It was just something about it where it's like, oh man, I got to make sure I'm home, by this time so I can watch this or record it or whatever. Those are like timeless traditions for me.
I totally agree, but I imagine the kids are like nowadays, like you have to wait for this thing to come on television. Is that what you guys have to do? I mean, it wasn't on demand.
I can't watch this anytime that I want.
Yeah, you had to wait until a time.
What kind of backwards dystopia were you living in back in the day?
Seriously, yeah, I know, huh? What do you Luddite? Just
like, oh, this is archaic. But to your point, like, yeah, I subscribe to Apple TV Plus for now, and they have like all the Peanuts crap, so I will definitely be watching Charlie Brown Christmas.
But does it give you the same feeling when you watch it, like you weren't a kid and you were like, drinking your hot chocolate and there's a Christmas tree and a fire and all that other, I don't know if you even had those things, but does it give you those feelings?
I will be honest, I haven't watched a Charlie Brown Christmas in many, many years. I have my Christmas tree up now, and although I'm drinking whiskey, I will be drinking like some hot tea and probably watching some of that this weekend and see if I get those same vibes. Like everything that we've discussed tonight, as far as like Christmas movies, like I said, on a regular basis, is pretty much like National Lampoon, Scrooge, and the Home Alone movies. Like that's consistent for me. But Charlie Brown's Christmas, like before I subscribed to Apple TV Plus, like you'd either have to buy it or whether physical or Vudu or whatever, rent it. Like you had to pay money to go see it. So Apple TV Plus I got free, when upgrading my phone. So now I have this, service available to me to where like, yeah, I've been catching up on a lot of like, honestly, I might keep it when it when the subscription ends, just because it has all the Peanuts shit. And it's like, I love that stuff. Like I've watched Peanuts cartoons that I haven't seen in like 20, 30 plus years that I still remember off the back of my hand. And so like when I watch the Christmas special, I'll probably pop on this weekend. Like I'd imagine to give me the same feels. Like it's, just like Calvin and Hobbes or Garfield comic strips, like Peanuts for me, that was like my comic strip when I was a kid. Like, when my dad would get the paper, I'd want to get the paper to see, let me see what Charlie Brown's up to. Yep. Like, why is Lucy being a bitch again? So.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been many years since I've seen the Charlie Brown Christmas special as well, because I know that I watched the thing enough as a kid to know it like the back of my hand. But its soundtrack like that gets played regularly at my house, like my place during Christmas, because it's the best Christmas album. Period.
Not only that, but I feel like like Peanuts in general just had like great soundtracks, like great music. Like one one song that I always loved, like it was a piano rendition when it was oh damn it, I forgot the name of the movie. Like You're a Great Man, Charlie Brown, I think, when he went on that spelling bee.
You're a
And
good man, Charlie Brown.
thank you.
No, 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 wait, that's the name of the musical. I think it's A Boy Named Charlie Brown.
Yeah, thank you. A boy named Charlie Brown. That movie where like he went on the spelling bee, and then like when he went to the city, like Snoopy kind of snuck out and went skating. I think at Rockefeller Center, and you had that piano rendition, like I love that song, dude. And I feel like every Peanuts show or special had like great music.
Yes, totally agree. The weirdest thing was I think back in the early 2000s, I didn't have that. Maybe even late 90s, I didn't have that like soundtrack. Right?
Mhm.
They were selling it at Starbucks. So ironically, and they were playing it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I want that." And so my CD actually has a little Starbucks logo like slapped on it.
Nice.
But it is the same album. But it is, all the music's the same. There's nothing like Starbucky about it. I don't drink coffee at Starbucks anymore, but still, it's sort of like. But yeah, no, that gets played in my house. And last year, I think I told you guys this. I went to an estate sale in my neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
And I bought this multi-disc changer for like $30. Like it was like one of these small, and there's 2 CDs in there for Christmas that had Christmas music. They're like, I don't know, True Value hardware store of all things. But then I threw in all my other ones in there. So I just let it and I mean, this is something you can do with the Bluetooth speaker. I get it. You can throw a Bluetooth speaker, have your Spotify playlist and just be brainless about it, right? No, I like putting on music that specifically I like, I want it to play through that thing or shuffle it, So I threw in that and then several other like, okay. So what else do I have on CD? I happen to have the K-Rock Christmas CDs.
Nice.
So I threw that in there. So
You're talking about the like almost acoustic Christmas
and stuff like that. Yeah. So you had a whole bunch of different Bad Religion did one called Leon, which is Noel. Hello.
Huh.
So because they get concerts, right? So anyway, Leon backwards is Noel. Anyway. So yeah, so I just threw that on there. I was like, hey, throw that in there. It's all good. So yeah, and I just let that play, just shuffle, do its thing.
That's a beautiful thing, sir.
Yeah, including the Charlie Brown soundtrack that I picked up from Starbucks.
You know how you know you're getting old is when you like start giving a shit about media you stopped giving a shit about years ago.
Okay. Yes.
Because when you told me you got one of those, I'm like, damn, dude. Like, I remember I had one of those in my college dorms, and now I kind of want one now after you brought it up. I mean, I don't have too many CDs left. I kind of digitized everything and got rid of like all my CDs. I've only kept a few that are like my instant classics, like Wu-Tang Forever and everything, and Biggie and all that stuff. But now that CDs are like a thing of the past and nobody cares about them anymore, it's like, I don't know. There's something about like putting a disc in the album and listening to the whole album on a player that is lost through time, when it's like now you can make a Spotify playlist or whatever. Is like, yeah, I like this artist, but I only know 2 songs, and those are the only 2 songs I like because I hear on the radio.
So Jason,
Yes,
you probably know this one because I'm gonna go into this a little bit because this makes me feel old, and then it also is kind of cool. So KLOS 95.5 KLOS. They had a show on Sundays called The Seventh Day. Do you know what I'm talking about?
no, but KLOS, that was Mark and Brian, right?
Correct. They do. That's their morning show. So The Seventh Day, and I can't tell you because I don't live there anymore. on Sunday evenings, they would take one classic album and they would just play the entire thing.
Nice.
Yeah. And so if they still do that, then that's amazing. But I remember just like I could turn that on and listen to an album, a rock, heavy rock, whatever, that's their genre, and just listen to the whole thing. And I was like, that's impressive. So that's part of my childhood. But however, I'm going to go back to Myron's comment on the CD thing. So I have tons of anime soundtracks like on CD, ones I picked up from Book Off, et cetera, so forth. Things I picked up like when, what was it? Was it Pioneer and getting like in the heyday of the aughts when there was just a whole bunch of like anime soundtracks being produced and released here. So I bought a bunch of those. I also have a lot of my old classic CDs, things like that. So I've made sure that I still have them. Yeah, I've digitized a lot of these things. So, and I'm not faulting anybody. I think that CDs are amazing. But what really trips me the hell out is when somebody goes, I just bought this record. And I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you know what? Let me just step back a minute here. Okay, you mean the shitty things I used to collect? Okay, I'm old and I don't even like them. Okay. All right. So let me tell you something about that. Now, I think records have their okay, and I'm not talking about, like musicians that use turntables and I'm not talking about like that. Okay, that's different. I'm talking about like I'm gonna go buy this old ass album off of my Target. They're selling like a whole bunch of these things, and I'm gonna play them on my crappy record player. Now, if you like records, more power to you. All I remember is they were a pain in the ass to clean. They really didn't sound that good. And and CDs were like leaps and bounds. Literally that's my grandfather's technology.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And for some strange reason, it's like hipster to have like a whole bunch of records now.
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, go away. Like, I'll just take I'll take my ancient CDs that are digitally mastered and throw them in there, and I'll keep them just in case. And trust me, I've downloaded digital albums, so I'm not like, I don't have anything against them, but it's still a valuable medium. CDs are still a viable medium. So I'm still an advocate for them. And I'm not saying if you get rid of them, you're evil or bad. Nah, it's just the way it is. By the way, Jason, did you get the one I sent you?
I did. I've not listened to it yet because I just haven't found the time for it. But
no worries.
But yeah, I definitely appreciate the thought. I'm looking forward to like checking these guys out.
So what was it that I sent him, Myron? It's something I was talking to you about. It's that heavy metal band that does their own versions of Nintendo covers.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, Super Thrash Brothers. And it's cool. I went to their concert at the last convention that was here, and I think it's pretty neat. And I was like, hey, that's neat. So, although they had to rearrange that room and then have a stage set up and all that other stuff, it was fun, lots of fun. So
that was like this past summer, right?
Yeah, it was indeed. But yeah. Yeah, go watch Tokyo Godfathers. Go watch your favorite holiday movies and all that other stuff. Watch whatever TV shows. Go find that Cheers episode. There must be at least 3 or 4 of those that are centered around the holidays and whatnot. So
yeah, I like it. I like it when sitcoms have their Christmas episodes and whatnot.
Yeah, it's always charming, right? Yeah. Do you remember? So there is one that I think of, and I haven't seen it in like years. Family Ties. It's basically a Christmas Carol.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's Alex. He gets the vision, and he's basically the Scrooge of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That one still sticks in my head, even from when I was a kid. So anyway, that and maybe some Night Court episodes. Yeah.
Oh man, I miss Night Court.
Oh, I do too.
I know it's on Peacock, but that's another series. Like, man, I would love to get a physical copy before that becomes lost.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, little sitcoms like that, they would always have their holiday episodes and things, and it was always fun to watch those, Yeah.
That's great.
I don't think Quentin Tarantino produced any any holiday stuff. No, I don't think so.
No, but until then, it's like, until he does, we still have Die Hard.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably get away with like, I watch Hateful Eight during the holidays because of the snow.
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna say that the on Pluto they actually had like Kill Bill Part 1 on, and they had like the final sword fight in the snow, which is more classic than anything else. Between what was it?
Oren Ishii.
Thank you, Oren Ishii. Yes. That okay, maybe, I don't know. Snow, but I think it was more of an effect thing than a holiday thing. So, but it does make me think of it. So anyway, I hadn't seen that scene in so forever. Bloody.
I haven't seen that movie in forever.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Any other entries, fellas?
Yeah, nothing much. Like, I mean, as far as like the random stuff we talked about earlier, just 2023 has been a interesting, awesome year for video games. A lot of stuff that came out, and catching up on anime and stuff like that. And like for my birthday, my girl got me a toolkit for building model kits and stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna get back on some Gunpla this season as well. I know
Cool.
I know I got a closet full of shit that I need to build.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna build Leopardon.
The what?
The spider.
Oh, Spider-Man.
Complete with sword vigor.
Yes.
That's
I'll
Spider-Man.
probably record a video of that and post that up because I just ran across it, and it's basically a super mini pla is what they call the Bandai calls it, and it comes with like it's huge, it's gigantic box compared to like their other stuff, and it has like a candy in it. Yeah, it's been sitting in there for a year and a half.
I hope when Spider-Verse 3 comes out and they pick back up where Prowler Miles is about to like stomp on our Miles, that Leopard just comes out of the ground and we have Japanese Spider-Man to save the day and take him back to his universe. That's how the movie should open.
But where do you go from there?
What, after that scene?
Yeah.
Oh, take them to live action, because then that'll kind of introduce Miles in a live action setting of a 80s Japanese Sentai live action type show. And it's like, we got our first taste of live action Miles.
All right, I'm down with that.
And they have to figure out how they get back to their universe. Like, oh no, you're stuck in live action for like 20 minutes of the movie while Gwen and all them are doing their thing trying to save you, and then bring back and finalize the story. And then he gets pulled into MCU live action universe, and that's how he replaces Tom Holland.
Sounds like a good story.
There you go. And speaking of which, before we sign off on some of these new trailers and upcoming movies, like I know earlier you guys mentioned the new Planet of the Apes. What do you guys think about that? I thought the trailer looked cool.
I do. I thought it looked good too. It's like, and I see it. Hey, coming out on Memorial Day, sweet. Something to hopefully check out at Fanime when I go next year.
Yeah, so hopefully it's good.
I don't think they played that in the beginning of the Five Nights at Freddy movie.
Did you see that in theaters?
Did see it in theaters.
Oh my goodness, dude! Like I watched it on Peacock, and I'm like, I'm so glad I didn't pay for this shit. but like I was semi entertained, but I was just like, oh my goodness, dude.
Well, some of us are like kind of forced into the decisions by the younger ones around us. So
I understand why you went to go see that movie.
not my first choice of things I would want to go and see in the theater, mind you. So, but I did see it in the theater. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. I mean, it is what it is. But I was talking with Jason about this after I saw it, and they had that one with Nick Cage in it, whatever that one was, and
Willy's Wonderland.
yeah, and then there was the Banana Splits one or something?
Yeah.
I didn't watch that shit either.
Okay, so see, now I feel like I should just watch those because I have no, like, I might as well, because I saw this thing and I'm like, how different is this? So maybe the one with Nick Cage would be better. So anyway, there's my two cents.
But after you watch Five Nights at Freddy's, were you hungry for pizza too?
No,
No.
I was not hungry for pizza. I was like, well, I'll say that there's some clever bits in the movie, but for being rated what it was. So, but yeah, mind you, I've never played the games or read books or whatever the hell. Nothing. I know of it. That's it. Right?
Yeah,
So
same.
That's pretty much it.
But
So-
watching that movie reminded me of Showbiz Pizza, and then I started thinking about how Showbiz Pizza was bomb, and then I remember how bomb their pizza was, and I was like, damn, kind of want some pizza.
Yeah, every time my kids and I drive by like the Chuck E. Cheese that has the new logo, they just sneer at it.
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck is this thing?
that shit is that shit is trash. Because I remember like my mom and my dad take my niece there frequently, and I remember going meeting them one day because my niece wanted me to come and play games with her and stuff. And it's like, okay, the pizza's good, but Chuck E. Cheese is, man, it's not the same, dude. Like I remember back in our day, they actually had dope arcade games like actual arcade games like Children of the Atom, X-Men Children of the Atom, like they had a dope Roadrunner arcade game, like
Star Wars game too.
Yeah, the Star Wars wireframe game and all that.
Yeah. Well,
Now-
even though the other one, I don't remember that one. The one where you get to fight the lightsaber with, and
Oh, is that the one Sega made?
Yeah, the one.
yeah.
Yeah, the one on the Naomi motherboard where you just had a handle.
Yes.
And, yeah, and you could do like you could pilot an X-wing, you could fight lightsabers with it, you could block Boba Fett's, blasters and blast back to him. That game was sick, dude. And that was supposed to come out on Dreamcast and never did. I used to love that game. And so like, but now it's mostly, I mean, it's for the kids. It's mostly focused on like getting tickets and stuff. And they still have shitty prizes.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
But yeah, that movie was like I was entertained, but it was like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't pay to see this. And then I saw the trailer for that Madam Web movie, and I'm like, I don't know about this one.
Yeah.
I don't know about this one.
I mean, it's like, Morbius set a rather low bar, so I hope this one doesn't trip over it.
I mean, Craven looks dope, even though like I have reservations about it. But doing Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man, like it's just like, why are you guys doing this? Like, what are you guys like? Why? What are you setting up for? Like, are you trying to set up for anything, or you just want to like have those Spider-Man ties because that's all we could do right now? But I have to believe that like, Sony's like, Mr. Mouse, can we do these movies and then eventually we could tie it in? And it's like, yeah, yeah, just go ahead and do it for time being. We'll work out something later. So we'll see. But yeah, that's all I had in my last minute rant.
All right. Okay then. Jason, anything from you?
Nah, just I guess if there's like last minute things, guys need to go out and watch like Lower Decks season 4. Usually, like told this to John last time, and it's basically like the most consistently good the series has been. So I really enjoyed these 10 episodes, and they felt like they were like, even though it was like, well, it was 2 episodes for the first week, but these 9 weeks they did all 10, just went by a lot quicker than I was expecting.
Nice. So the season's over.
Season's over.
All right, cool. So something to
Time
binge.
to marathon that shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, something to binge because that's what we do these days.
Yep. Yeah, I think that just to let y'all in, I think I'll be catching up on the John Wick film, so that'll be my thing. So,
You're gonna enjoy those.
yep,
Enjoy yourself, sir.
I
It's
will
like,
indeed.
Those
Cool.
John Wick movies is why the Matrix 4 sucked ass.
no, I'm pretty sure like the Matrix 4 is like like sucked all on its own. So,
It did, but then I kind of had after seeing Keanu Reeves like kind of like step up his action game through the John Wick movies, I had a certain expectation going into the Matrix 4, and then I was let down. And it wasn't his fault, it's the Matrix 4's fault.
well, remember, it's like not even the presence of Chad Stileski in the Matrix 4 could help it, because hey, he showed up as an actor there briefly for a cameo appearance, so it's not like he wasn't on set to help people out there. So,
Mhm.
but Stileski can rest easy knowing that he took even though he was co-director on the first one, like 2, 3, and 4, just showed you that he's got what it takes, man. It's like whatever he does after this, it's gonna be great. Oh, in fact, he is. What he's doing next, he's co-directing an anime.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, wish I could remember what it's called, but this came out. This announcement came out a little while ago. I think it's like he's doing it with Shinichiro Watanabe, the guy who did Cowboy Bebop.
Okay.
And okay, well, apparently they've already said that there's going to be a anime. It's like an anime version of John Wick, which is what they're working on. But let's see what else.
Yeah, it's such a great movie series.
Yeah. Oh, Lazarus. That's what it's called. And yeah, it is with Shinichiro Watanabe. So I can't remember. It's like it's coming out sometime next year, and that's something to check out at one point. As is like Sunwoo Park's like animated series. I think he's doing like a 6-episode thing for like Adult Swim called I want to say it's American Ninja, but I just know that's wrong. But it's like it's got ninja somewhere in the title.
Not New York Ninja.
Oh man, it's like you can't really improve on that, So I understand they wouldn't want to like steal from that. But okay, Ninja Kamui.
Oh, okay. Kamui is like what? Like it's something with clothes.
Something like that. I mean, there's a trailer for it on YouTube, and it's got like just some teaser footage plus Park talking about the film, like the series itself, and it's kind of like, I mean, like it looked sick before he came on, and that's like, holy crap, it's the director of Jujutsu Kaisen, first season in the movie, so it's like that's like something else to look forward to next year as well.
All right, then. Cool.
Right on. I'll check that out.
All right. I guess we'll wrap it up. Thanks everyone for listening. We'll talk next time.
Have a happy Thanksgiving, people.
See ya.
Laters.